All right. I think we're live.
Are we live?
It's possible. It's possible. Hello and welcome to the weekly update that's been off for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we thought we'd do it live, and it's covering mainly we're going to talk about the E3 lineup this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because E3 has it's still going on if you're there and playing the games, but all the conferences have finished.
Yeah.
So now is a good time to do a roundup, I suppose.
Yeah, and we thought we'd do it live so we can get your live opinions on all the stuff we're going to talk about. But yeah, Jay, without further ado,
right.
what is on the agenda?
Okay, so E3 kicked off with EA. Lots of E3. And I suppose so. I've got a list together of kind of the big announcements, or the ones which kind of rang, that we're most excited about talking about. So I'm not going to go through the list of everything.
No.
But I will mention that the first thing that came in from EA was the Battlefield 5 has been confirmed to have the Battle Royale mode.
What do you think about? How do you feel about Battle Royale? Because I know you like PUBG.
But that's it. I don't like PUBG. I'll play it with my mates, but while I'm playing it, I'm hating it because it's just crap.
Right, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't work. The game doesn't work. It's flawed in every sense of the word. It's just addictive fun sometimes. But when you're playing with a group of friends, I've never once played it solo until I played the mobile version earlier.
And you won, didn't you?
won.
Yeah.
Because everyone that plays the mobile version obviously hasn't got a clue how to play a shooting game.
Yeah. Although the controls are a little bit fiddly, though, aren't they? Shall we give people the benefit of the doubt of on-screen controls?
So, normal casual mobile players might struggle, but if you're used to playing consoles and twin sticks and pressing buttons and aiming, then it's absolutely no problem. But if I can win a game of PUBG, then anyone can.
Right, so next on the list.
Yeah. So, yeah, as far as Battle Royale modes, I'm not really sure. I don't think every game should have them, but I did see people posting memes about FIFA 19 confirmed to have Battle Royale mode.
Really?
Yeah. So, watch this space.
Yeah.
But then they come out with Sea of Solitude.
Now, that really piqued my interest.
Yeah.
I quite like the look of that. I like the fact that it was all like kind of that pastel-y kind of cel-shaded.
Yeah, cel-shaded.
Really
kind of
colourful.
Yeah, looked like Rime in a way.
Yeah, very similar to Rime.
And they didn't... I mean, okay, they kind of give the concept of the story, but as far as story goes, I'm still unsure what's happening when I know that you're kind of dealing with depression and...
Yeah, it's like loneliness,
yeah,
isn't it?
Like literally
loneliness.
fighting your demons, it would seem.
We have Braden Roberts joining us.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to have you aboard. What was your favourite showing of E3 so far?
Yeah,
just going through ours.
Yeah, so let us know in the chat and we'll kind of pop between that as we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sea of Solitude is looking really good. I'm actually quite excited for that one.
Yeah.
And then Unravel 2, and with a surprise reveal of it's out now.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. Like, I never played the first one, and the second one looks good, but I'm not the kind of person that likes cartoon mixed with realism.
It is kind of jarring, and the first one was the same.
Right, okay. That's probably why I didn't play the first one as well, yeah.
But the first one, anyway, is free on EA Access,
is it?
If anyone's got that.
Oh, nice.
So you can play that.
Cool. Braden says Assassin's Creed Odyssey was his favourite showing. We'll get to that one.
Yeah, we'll get to that one, but it did look good. So yeah, Unravel 2 is out. I like the way that you can play co-op. I like how it's been built on that. But interesting, you pointed out that they're the Switch colours.
They are, yeah. So I'm kind of thinking, like, are they subtly hinting that it's going to be on the Switch as well at some point?
Yeah, they haven't hinted yet. But yeah, the blue and the red kind of...
It stuck out to me as...
I was waiting for them to say it's coming out on the Switch as well. But no, it's not. It's just Xbox, PC and PS4 at the moment.
Yeah.
And then they went to the audience and a very startled Respawn guy was like, yeah, we're making Star Wars. We're not ready to show it yet.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah, they did that, didn't they? They just randomly cut to that guy.
Yeah, just sat in the audience.
Now, can you remember the name of it? It was the
Fallen Order.
That was it, the Fallen Order.
Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yeah. You get to play as a Jedi.
Yeah, and it's set between 3 and 4, like after the Order 66.
Yeah. So all the Jedi are being hunted down at that point.
Yeah, and that was it. There was no more details, so we don't know whether it's going to be an RPG like Knights of the Old Republic. We don't know it's going to be a third-person hack and slash like the Jedi Knight trilogy was.
Yeah, so there's no real hard evidence yet, but They said they were going to bring out more soon.
Yeah. So just more details to come. But there is a Star Wars game coming from Respawn. They've promised to change. A lot of their conference was basically saying sorry.
Yeah, pretty much. The EA conference, a large portion of it was them doing damage control. They were just like going, okay, we hear you, and we love you. You're gamers. We love all gamers.
We promise to change and all this kind of stuff. But
yeah.
We'll see.
Andy M's in. Hi, nice to see you, Andy M. Thank you for joining us. Biggest news is coming January. Yes, it is. We'll get into that.
We'll get to that.
And that'll answer Braden Roberts' question as well for me.
And then they close with Anthem.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and now Anthem, I was really, really cautious about.
I was skeptical.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like, is it just going to be another Destiny? Is that all we're going to get? It's going to be this big open world thing that's going to be ruined by vast amounts of loot boxes, microtransactions up the wazoo.
Yep.
I mean, EA haven't exactly got the best name in the business when it comes to
loot box and progression and
so I was kind of like really hoping that they were going to show some more of Anthem, and they did. They gave us a lot of information.
They really delivered.
They said there wouldn't be any loot boxes, but there would be things you can purchase, but you'd always know what you were going to get.
Yeah, so you can buy the cosmetic things, and it is only cosmetic. But yeah, as you said, that it's not a loot box, it's not a roulette. You know exactly what you're buying, what you're spending your money on, which is good.
Yeah, I mean. The whole grey area of is it gambling, isn't it gambling? I mean, it is a bit bad, and I saw on This Morning, right, with Philip Schofield and all that.
Philip Schofield.
Yeah. Some woman was on there saying my son is addicted to Fortnite and all this kind of stuff, and that's partially like due to the fact that you can get loot boxes and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with playing the game and everything. It's just the loot box side of it, and the fact that people want to spend £10 on a skin.
It's like,
nothing.
Ooh, really? I mean, how many of you in the chat would actually drop considerable money on digital items? Are you for it? Or are you totally against it? But luckily, Anthem is being very transparent with what they're doing there.
Yeah.
And the game does look phenomenal.
Yeah, from what they've shown, it looks really good. We got really excited about it. But is this the same hype that we got for Destiny? Is it going to kick us in the ass?
I don't know, because they did say... The thing that really put my mind at ease was they sort of referenced Destiny, what it did wrong, and how they're combating it.
Yes.
They said most online games of this type... fail to deliver on story because of the way it's structured, but they're working on a structure that allows you to have a very in-depth single-player campaign, but then you're also involved in this shared world as well. So exactly how that's going to work is not clear yet, but it sounds much more promising than what Destiny had.
And I like the way that the environments can change as well. So the weather can actually have dramatic changes on the environment, and everyone gets the same. So when something happens, I'm thinking hurricanes, rock slides to open up new caves, and everyone's got a new place to explore. And they're going to constantly build on that. So it sounds pretty exciting.
If they can pull it off, I think this could be really good and possibly set the bar and the future going forward for games of that kind. So
Destiny 3 might take a leaf out of their book.
Maybe. Are you paying attention? Yes. And Andy says Fortnite's now on the Switch as well. Please,
it is.
No.
We'll get to that with Nintendo's briefing, but it's like a plague. It's getting everywhere.
I know, it's getting everywhere.
But that was it for EA. So and then Microsoft.
Yes.
So I think Microsoft had probably one of the biggest shows there.
I'd say, controversially, that they had the best E3 showing this year.
They did. They had the best one. I mean,
do I want to say that?
I would say Microsoft won, but not just. I don't.
It's not a competition.
It's not, and it's a tough one to call because they announced a lot, but yeah. So two things I want to bring up first before we get to the games is they teased a new console.
Yeah, they did. They sort of said they're already working on the next iteration.
Yeah, but nothing else. And a lot of people have been questioning since, why did Phil Spencer bring that up if they've got nothing to show? The reason why, he said in an interview afterwards, was to show everyone that Xbox are still dedicated to console, a home console.
Right, not to necessarily say that the next console's around the corner. They're just saying that they are still very dedicated to the console.
There's going to be a
culture.
next console, and they're still backing it.
I like that.
Yeah,
it makes me feel safe to stay and buy into the brand of Xbox. You know, I'm sure Sony are doing the same.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. They always they're always level pegging, but so Xbox basically saying they're staying with the console, so the Xbox One X isn't going to be built upon, it's not the end of the road, or they're not going to go to cloud-based gaming. There's going to be a new console.
Yep. Andy says there's 16 exclusive games to Xbox.
Yes, they did announce a lot, but again, nothing really exciting. But
no, I mean, I must admit, of the 16, the biggest ones were ones that we've known about for a very long time.
Yes,
with the exception of Halo, because I don't think anyone expected a new Halo. It's not called Halo 6.
Yeah.
So it's called Halo Infinite, which means that it could be a weird online world. I don't know.
Yeah, this is it, and it brings me nicely onto the first point, was Halo Infinite, because it was the first thing they showed.
They opened with that, didn't they?
But it kind of didn't give away any hints to be Halo. I mean, it sort of did towards the middle of the trailer, and then you saw Master Chief's helmet.
Yeah.
But was it Master Chief? It just kind of looked like, here you go, here's an open world Halo for you to explore. And the fact that it's infinite makes me think always online.
Yeah, infinite, that word infinite has a lot of like, what are you doing with this world, you know?
So it sounds to me that the next Halo is going to be Destiny.
But it could work out really well. Moving on.
Could it? Yeah. But if anything, like their previous announcements to go by, whenever they announce a new Halo, it never actually turns out to be like that. I mean, look at the Halo 5 reveal. It was Master Chief in a desert with a cloak.
Yeah, and that didn't happen.
No.
Weird.
Yeah.
Lewis, Xbox is in. Yes, and he says, the game title I'm looking forward to. Absolutely.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that. And then they showed Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
This one really blew my skirt up, Jay. It really did.
Okay.
I mean, come on, it's like Onimusha Warlords meets Dark Souls with a bit of a Togi Myth of Demons mixed into it.
Yeah, and I like the way that it's essentially, because it's From Software again.
Yeah, exactly.
From Software have seen Neo and gone, we can do this better.
We can do that.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But it looks like it's more the play style of Bloodborne, because it looks faster, but it looks next level again, because some of the moves they were pulling off in the trailer looked insane.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. And that guy that like vomits poison onto the sword.
Yeah,
like what the hell? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, Andy, I did see that, by the way. Thank you.
But not just that. Just what we're talking about, From Software. They also announced that they're working on a VR game as well.
From Software.
Yeah,
working on a VR game.
Yeah, a VR experience. It's called Decarin. I'm not entirely sure. It was announced during the PS4 but we're on the subject of From Software. Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, it's a VR game, so it's exclusive to the PSVR at the moment.
No details other than that.
No, they just the trailer was very skeptic. It just showed like an I don't know, kind of like a farmhouse barn with a flower and...
Right, okay.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but From Software, they generally make good games, so I definitely think it's an experience to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Microsoft also showed Dying Light 2. That was a surprise.
Yeah, it looks a lot improved over the first one, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's a completely different setting as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was kind of weird how they didn't show any of the zombies until the very last second of the trailer.
Yeah, leaving anticipation high for them, I guess.
Yeah, but I didn't see Dying Light 2 coming, and it's weird because they're still supporting Dying Light now.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
I still constantly get the press emails saying they've released this, that's been put in the game, they've done this.
Yeah. So at least you know from that they do support that game a lot for a long time. So.
And like 99% of the content has been free for Dying Light, so hopefully they continue that through to Dying Light 2.
Maybe. It seems to make game developers very popular by doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Christian's in. Hi, guys. Missed the start. You haven't missed much.
No. We're running through what's been announced, but
yeah,
the stream will go onto YouTube, so you can catch up with the start.
You can watch it in the beginning, yeah.
And then everyone was expecting from EA's conference them to announce Skate 4.
Yeah, and it happened, sort of.
Yeah, but during Microsoft's presentation, and it's Microsoft exclusive. Session. So I think Microsoft have done their market research, found out what people want, and gone, yeah, we can do that.
But, I don't know. I mean, Skate was kind of like a massive failure because it was really glitchy.
Yes.
And then the only reason why it came back into popularity was because of YouTubers like PewDiePie.
PewDiePie
played the broken version and had so much fun with it because it was trash that it actually put it back into the charts, didn't it?
And they had to send the game back to print because they had to make more copies.
So they made more copies, but they also patched out all the things that were wrong with it.
Yeah, so I bought the game expecting to have a laugh with it. We put it on, it was like, this is working. I don't like this.
Yeah, it was boring. We were playing, it's actually a legitimately good skate game now.
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, so I watched that entire skateboarding trailer thinking, I know what this is.
Yeah.
This is skate.
Yeah.
This is skate. Session?
What? Yeah, but it looks very much like Skate. So if you got an Xbox and you were hoping for Skate 4, Sessions got you covered.
There you go.
Yeah.
Christian Denning saying, I bet you tripped balls over a certain rat's point of view. I did. I noticed that. Didn't I say to you? We were watching it live.
As soon as it came, before the rat. The rat confirmed it for both of us, but as soon as it appeared on the screen, you were just like,
that's a Resident Evil storage room.
That's the storage room for Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. I knew it straight away. Like, literally, I recognised that anywhere. So yeah, straight away I was in there. And Witters85 says Skate was brilliant. Yeah,
it was. For all the wrong reasons.
For all the wrong reasons, but yeah, it was very good,
and then they trolled everyone.
They did.
With Gears of War.
Oh my god, what was that all about? That was like the cringiest thing ever. It's like, what are you going to do? Oh my god, pop caps.
Gears.
Pops?
What? Yeah.
Vinyl figures. And then they announced
Gears 5.
No, they didn't. Before that, you're missing one out, Jay.
Was it the mobile game?
Yeah, they announced Gears Tactics.
That was it, Gears Tactics.
They blew through it so quick. I didn't even have a chance to really absorb what he was saying, and then he moved on very swiftly to Gears 5. But after he mentioned Gears Tactics, there was like silence from the audience.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah, well,
for
both
nothing.
the Funko Pops and the Tactics, there wasn't a single thing.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't
not even a rumble.
Yeah, and then as soon as Gears 5, like,
everyone was like,
hey!
Like,
finally! That was what everyone wanted. But yeah, so they proper trolled everyone with that.
Yeah, bitches.
Yeah, and then the next game I wanted to talk about, which Andy's just said, Devil May Cry 5.
Yes.
So they brought. I mean, it looks like they're bringing back old Dante from the last second.
They showed him in the end of the trailer, didn't they? And to be fair, like I looked at a bit about DMC5, and they've literally digitally scanned live actors in full costumes.
Wow.
To get all the motion capture. So not only have they motion captured, they've motion captured the costumes as well. So that's going to be really interesting. I don't think that's done before.
I don't think so.
I think actually no. I want to say that someone did it with a cloak or something. One of the Batman games maybe did it.
Maybe, because the cloak physics are pretty good in the Batman games.
They are very impressive. But yeah, Brain Robert says Kingdom Hearts 3. We're getting to that as well.
I'll get to that with the Square Enix one. And then they closed their presentation with Cyberpunk 2077.
Now, slam dunk the funk. That was awesome, right? Wasn't it? I love the way they said, thank you and good night, and then they kind of got hacked.
And have a goodie.
Yeah. I thought, like, is this going to be another Watch Dogs?
Yeah.
Because I thought the whole hacking thing, but then, Cyberpunk. Oh man, it looks good.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It looks really cool.
Since the presentation or the trailer, they've said that it's first person.
Yeah.
With shooter elements.
Yeah.
So it's not entirely just a shooter.
No, it's an RPG.
Yeah.
So it's still an RPG. So I think more on the lines of Deus Ex and Fallout, maybe a kind of amalgamation between those.
So you're not constantly shooting all the time. There is a bit of adventure and stuff like that.
Yeah. And just think it's done by the same people as Witcher, so it's going to be as in depth with the people.
Oni makes a good point there. Is that there was way too many shooters though.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a bit shooter heavy this year?
I think so. From the big. Microsoft. I don't know. Because PlayStation announced, like, we'll get to the PlayStation one soon, but there wasn't really many shootery games in that one.
An FPRPG, that's right.
FPRPG, yeah.
First-person RPG.
Yeah, they might add MMO elements to it too, so an FPS RPG MMO.
Yeah, that. The abbreviations are strong here.
I know, yeah. But it looks very exciting anyway, and there's no kind of release date on it yet.
No.
But, it's looking good.
Watch that space.
It's looking good.
Space.
Bethesda next.
Bethesda.
And they did really announce a new Doom.
They did.
I'm excited about it. However, it's called Eternal.
Yeah.
So with the Halo Infinite,
Yeah. Are we seeing a lot of, like, online worlds coming? I mean, Doom Eternal. I mean, the trailer. Okay, if you look at the trailer, it is set in an open cityscape that's like a burning hell city kind of thing.
Basically, hell's come to Earth.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, like, are they going to make an open world, like, shooter in the Doom franchise in, like, a burning hell on Earth kind of thing?
Maybe. Or it could be like Wolfenstein 2. So Wolfenstein 2 was very similar. They were more open world. I say open world. They weren't open world, but they was the big open map rather than, going through corridors and smaller rooms.
Yeah, there was a bit more exploration.
So you could kind of pave your own path through the level. So maybe it just might be something like that.
Outdaft shares our concerns with spin-off sounding names. They're worrying.
Yes.
Yeah. And
the fact that they didn't say Doom 2.
Yeah. I mean, well, as Orny says, Doom 2016 was great. It was great.
Yes.
It was fantastic. But they literally just called it Doom, didn't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, this one not being a follow-on to that, I don't know. Is it a follow-on? They didn't exactly say, did they?
Yeah, they said that it is a follow-on from the previous Doom. So it is a sequel.
Yeah.
But it's called Doom Eternal.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I don't know. Christian says, didn't they plan Doom 3 to be on Earth? I don't think they... I think there was a section that was planned, but it was pulled.
Yeah.
Something like that. Doom 2 remake. Oh, you think it's a Doom 2 remake? It would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Steven's in. Hey, Steven.
Hey.
Nice to have you aboard. Dooms. Dooms. Yes, that would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, so Doom Eternal, we're not quite sure. But yeah, all there is just a teaser trailer, and you see Doom Guy's foot stamping on things. And
yeah. And they have announced that there's going to be more guns, more death animations, twice as many demons. So it's definitely sounding exciting, but I'm just really concerned. But they are going to announce more details in August at QuakeCon.
Yeah, August 10th.
Yeah.
If you want to see some actual gameplay of Doom Eternal, then tune in to that on August 10th.
Yeah.
It'll be everywhere on the internet, I'm sure.
Yeah, so we'll find out more then. Then we got more details on Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, here we go. All he's just said, Fallout 76 is just Metal Gear Survive. Controversial, is it though?
Yeah, so basically what they've done, they've given you a map that's 4 times the size of Fallout 4, which just sounds mind-bogglingly, stupidly crazy.
Impressive.
Yeah. And so you can team up with, I think, up to 4 of you and go out on missions.
Right, so you can cooperatively...
Yeah, so with up to 4 people, and you can go places and do things.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
And they've brought the building elements back as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
And I think the thing that's drawing me to it is the fact that it's set in Virginia, and it's in a part of the world... or part of the country that was less affected by the nukes, so there's still vegetation and there's a lot more beautiful things to look at.
Yeah.
Which, let's face it, the other Fallout games, they could be a bit barren.
They're a bit bland, yeah. But this one takes place before any of them as well, so you're right at the start. And I like the way that they've given you you can set off nukes yourself if you want. Yeah,
and I've heard that because it's a shared world as well. They've said that people can nuke each other.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how that's going to play out. Christian says, no, say it isn't so. I really want Fallout 76 to be good. Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I didn't really get on with Fallout 4 that much.
I didn't either, to be honest. I love 3, but I didn't really
3 was my favourite.
4.
Still is. So, I know a lot of people say, well, Fallout 4 is just basically a bigger version of 3. But, I don't know. It just didn't have the same kind of charm for me. But,
yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yes. I hope he keeps to his promise of no griefing. Yeah. No griefing. Yeah, nuking the other people, yeah.
Yeah.
And GTA orbital cannon in Fallout 76. Can you imagine?
That would just be chaos. Yeah. And then I like the way they trolled themselves with Skyrim. With the very special edition.
What?
So they played this... They opened up with the trailer because he was saying about Skyrim being everywhere now, and they've obviously re-released it on all of the consoles and everything. And then they did this trailer with I can't remember the name of the actor or the American comedian, but he's playing Fallout. He's playing Skyrim, sorry, through Alexa.
Right. Okay. We muted that one.
We muted it because I knew it was going to go off. And so he was playing it through that, and then he was playing it on the Samsung fridge with the screen, and playing it on a pager.
Okay.
And basically they called it the very special edition, and saying that because Skyrim is everywhere, they kind of trolled themselves and did their own little meme video.
That's cool. I haven't seen that. Did I miss that?
And then, did you watch the Bethesda one?
No, I didn't. I was asleep.
Yeah, I stayed up and watched it. But it's definitely. I think that you can get the trailer online now itself. But it's funny. It's definitely worth a watch that they're taking the mick out of themselves with it.
Yeah, and although Skyrim is incredible and it's great to have a new one on the way, they literally didn't show anything more than a landscape with a city.
Yeah,
but it did look like there's. I don't know my. Well, no, it's Elder Scrolls, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not Skyrim.
No, it's Elder Scrolls 6.
So is that based in? Is it Tamriel?
I don't know.
Answers on a postcard, please.
I played the Elder Scrolls game, but I can't say that I know the laws.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. I mean, I played a lot of Skyrim, but yeah, I've kind of forgotten about Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. But yeah, so all they showed was a very pretty scenery, the name, and they've said since that it's been developed for next-gen consoles.
Right.
So I take it, being as though we've always called Xbox One and PS4 next-gen, but they're 4 years old now.
Right, so they're not really next-gen
5 years old soon.
Yeah.
So they're not really next-gen. So the fact that they've said they're working on it for next-gen consoles means I think Xbox 2 and PS5 I think is what we're going to see them on, and
it'll be a while.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a long way off, and same with Starfield. So I've just noticed that Christian just said all they showed was the title. They showed a bit of Earth,
a sun, going behind a planet,
and then Starfield. So the fact that it's kind of
the logo looked really nice.
It did, yeah, and the fact that it's a Bethesda RPG set in space.
Sounds good.
It's Skyrim in space. I think that could be really cool.
That sounds appealing to me,
for
sure. And I like the music as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you couldn't take anything else away from the trailer, just listen to that music again, because that music is very, very well produced. And if that's the kind of music that is going to be in the game,
then... It just sounds epic already. Mm-hmm. But imagine them mixing that with the sort of the ship mechanics from, I can't remember, is the EVE Online?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, it makes me think of that... that bounty hunter game on the Xbox that we played, where you can fly around.
What was it? Mace
Griffin.
Mace Griffin, bounty hunter. Yeah.
So imagine that, but done well in like an RPG, so you can travel from outpost to outpost in your ship.
Mace Griffin, still to this day, the only game that gives me motion sickness. Like, you hear stories of people playing first-person games and getting motion sickness just by looking at the TV. I never had that until I played Mace Griffin. Thing made me chronic. I was around at your house.
Yeah.
Played it at your house. It made me chronically ill.
It could have just been my TV.
It could have been bad refresh rate or something.
Yeah, that TV was crazy.
I'm looking forward to Skull and Bones. Oh yeah, that's the ship-based combat game. Isn't it?
Yes.
Getting a PS4 Pro just for RE2. Yeah. Wow, Mace Griffin, well beyond its time.
It was. Yeah, it was a really good concept. It just didn't work in that, but it could work now.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe we'll see a Mace Griffin return.
Ooh.
We won't.
No, probably not. He might be a downloadable character in Starfield, who knows. But that was really it from Bethesda, other than the things that we know, so Rage 2 and they do new add-ons for Prey. Actually, I want to talk about that very quickly. The whole Moon thing that they've done, which they've released now, I'm not too bothered about.
That's the multiplayer thing, right?
Yeah, it's basically just see how far you can get.
Right, okay.
Sort of thing. But then they're doing a new multiplayer. It's not out yet, but when it is out, it will be free. A new add-on that's basically prop hunt. So it's 1 versus 4.
Oh, right, prop hunt.
Yeah. So
because the creatures, they can turn into anything, right?
Yeah, so it's 1 versus 4, or 1 versus 5, I can't remember what they said. And like the 4 are mimics, and they turn themselves into things in the environment, and then you as the one have got to find them. But because of Prey and the way that it is, and the enemies can change and jump out, they said that when you're actually playing as the one player trying to find them, it can be quite scary, like jump scares, like, because they can jump out of anything.
Yeah. That's quite cool. Jump scaring your friends online. That's got to be a bit of fun.
So that does excite me.
Luke Scott, hello guys. Just been picking my jaw up from the floor after the RE2 gameplay. We are getting to that. We haven't spoken about Resident Evil 2 yet. It is on the list.
It definitely is on the list.
Yeah, we're getting to that. And Prey Online is going to be weird. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think it'll be fun for the jump scares.
Yeah, the whole prop hunt side of it sounds good, but the other online things they announced and the new add-on on the Moon just kind of doesn't really interest me.
No.
And I think that was it from Bethesda.
There we go.
And then and apart from Andrew WK's weird performance before the Rage 2 trailer?
I don't know. I didn't hear this. I didn't watch it. I literally just looked at the highlights in the morning.
Yeah,
I heard about it.
They got Andrew WK to come on and play us the song before the Rage 2 trailer, which was very bizarre.
As you do.
Yeah. And the next was Square Enix.
Squeenix.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about this very quickly because there's only one game really that stood out, and that was Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, and it did look phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even... if you're an avid watcher of our channel, you might know that I'm not a massive fan of Kingdom Hearts. I just couldn't get into them. But this one's got me thinking, like, maybe I should really try harder. Yeah. Because it looks so good.
Yeah, so the new one looks epic. And okay, I think every single E3 press conference had a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer in it.
Yeah, it was all over the shop.
Microsoft
but they were all different trailers, weren't they?
Yeah, Microsoft showing it because it's the first Kingdom Hearts game coming to Microsoft, so which is very exciting.
Yep.
Square Enix showing it because it's their game.
Yep.
And Sony showed off a new bit because it's always kind of been with Sony since the start. So
yeah,
it was very bizarre.
Yeah, but it looks good though, and all the characters, like the Pirates of the Caribbean bit?
Oh yeah,
where it's all like super realistic and stuff. Like
that looks incredible. And then it goes to like Frozen and Tangled and Toy Story.
Yeah,
they look like you're watching the actual film.
I know, it looks so good. So I can't wait for that. Now there is a release date for it too, isn't
January 29.
Tested it. Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe or 26. It's late January.
It's around there.
Yeah, January, February gonna be very expensive.
Just catching up on the comments, I thought Moonbase Prey thing was free, but it's $15.99.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
disgusting. I remember Andrew WK from Destroy Build Destroy. I still remember Bren jump scared me on Zombie on Wii. Oh yeah, when we did the Zombie
Wii
U.
Yeah.
In the pub down the road. Hopefully, Kingdom Hearts 3 is not just a bunch of Disney pack-ins. I'm sure it won't be.
No.
I mean, no more than normal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. The funniest thing about Andrew WKD's performance was the faces of the journalists who obviously had no idea who he was.
It was very awkward because Andrew WK, if you listen to him, you'll know he's very exuberant.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was playing the piano and like moshing at the same time, which is quite bizarre. And then he does all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That was my dance move, by the way.
Can we see it again?
He was doing all that while singing, and obviously he's right in front of like top tier journalists who are just like,
who is this guy?
It's like they were clearly like waiting on the screens for something to write about, but there was just this guy in their face just screaming in front of a piano.
Yeah.
So it was quite bizarre.
Andy says a certain character that appears in Kingdom Hearts 3 has upset a lot of people. Do you know anything about that? Tell us, Andy, which character was it?
Help me out?
Yeah. One Hit Wonder. Is that Andrew WK?
Yeah. Party Hard. By any chance? Let's get a party going. Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that one. Yeah. And he says Spider-Man. Yes.
Spider-Man. Yes. We're almost at the Sony one.
We're almost there. Saving the best till last.
But before then, we had Ubisoft.
Who?
First of all, they came out with Beyond Good and Evil 2. They showed a new trailer, which apparently had gameplay in it. I didn't see the gameplay, if I'm being completely honest.
Right.
But there's no new information about it other than it's just coming. And they brought out Joseph Gordon-Levitt as well, which is quite interesting because he's the head of a company which...
Wait, which presentation was this again?
Ubisoft.
I didn't see this one either.
You didn't see this one. So they brought Joseph Gordon-Levitt out, who is obviously an actor. And he's also the head of a new company which takes art. I can't remember what it's called now. Someone in the chat will be able to help me out with this. What the company's called. But they basically get a load of artists to come together and collaborate on stuff. Yeah,
and it's like scripts that have been written, and you can like. I've heard quite a few people are doing similar things where. Didn't Neil Blomkamp start up a thing where they shot a load of really high-end footage for a story with Sigourney Weaver, and then they opened it up to everyone to edit their own versions, which is amazing.
So and what he wants to do is to get people to submit music or art assets, and they'll use the music in the game in various different ways. He said that basically he's going to collaborate them all together. I don't know what he means by that, but he was going to use the music in a really creative way. And also anyone who wants to give in art, They're going to have it on billboards and advertisements around the towns and the cities.
That's cool.
So that sounds really cool, but it also says to me that the game is still in very, very early development.
Yeah, I remember something similar being done with Crackdown 2. Do you remember when they did a call for artists?
Yes.
They wanted loads of graffiti.
Yeah.
Like different graffiti arts and stuff, and they said they were going to scatter it all around the city. And yeah, and then like Crackdown 2 got delayed like immensely, and similar story with Crackdown 3.
Which is delayed till next year.
Yes. So I don't know, it's going to be a long way yet. It's going to be a long way, but it's going to be amazing when it drops.
It is going to be really, really good.
Andy says she appears at the end of the trailer. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. You got to give us a name. YouTube Poop Train. Still no Rayman. Ready for a new one. Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah. And then so Orny brings up. It was a very. I like the fact that they got it out the way at the start. But yeah, right. The start of the Ubisoft conference started with Just Dance. So that was a dancing panda with lots of dancing people on the stage, and it was just like kind of Just Dance. Okay.
Yep.
Move on.
Just Dance.
Yeah.
Some more.
Yeah, and then it got a little bit more weird with the announcement of a new Mario and Rabbids game.
Yeah.
The Donkey Kong expansion, and they brought out, I think it was the composer for the music in the game with like a small band, and they played the music live to the trailer.
Okay.
Which was pretty cool. But it's like when you watch it, it's like, am I watching a music concert here or an E3 conference?
There was a lot of music at E3, but I'm going to get to that in a bit as well.
Yeah. So it was a very bizarre way of showing the trailer, but yeah. So there's a new Donkey Kong Rabbids.
I think there were less cringy moments in this one.
There's
a few.
Yeah. The one that I liked was Ubisoft again. I'm saying like that because that's how they all say it. It's a French company, Ubisoft, so and everyone that works for them are French, and they call it Ubisoft.
Ubi.
They weren't turning the presenters' mics off quick enough after their bit on stage.
Right.
So during the Beyond Good and Evil one, the two people came up and they were like, they were doing the talking, and they walked off stage to show the trailer. And while the trailer was playing, you could hear them talking. They were like, nailed it, like behind the stage. Yeah, they were doing that.
God.
And then, what game was it now? I can't remember what game it was. Oh, it's going to bug me. But the guy that was on stage talking, after he left the stage, he was complaining about it. He said something like, he's just, someone said something to him. You could hear like a mumbled voice, and he was like, they fucking change it every time.
Oh no!
And it was just like
over the big speakers.
But I don't know if it was actually like during they could hear it in the auditorium live, but you could definitely hear it on the live stream.
So it's a good job we didn't have a naked gun moment.
Yeah,
where one of them goes to the toilet and starts. Yeah.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
So I just remember just giggling to myself with that. Then we had quite a lot of information on The Division 2.
Yeah, see, the Division 1, I thought it kind of sucked, and it was just a real big mess, and things, there were good ideas in there, but it was a lot of rinse and repeat, do the same thing over and over and over again, lack of any kind of drive to go further. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and grind for hours to get a storm grey beanie,
No.
Fuck that.
But the second one looks really good, and if you'd watched a section of the trailer, you'd be forgiven for thinking you were watching The Last of Us.
Right, so they've gone more story?
Well, I wouldn't say they've gone more story, but the environment looks quite weird, because the first one was obviously set during winter. But
in New York. Right?
Yeah. And obviously it's still the same setting, it's still the same post-apocalyptic, like America, what's happened after the virus, and because the virus hit during the Christmas time, during the Black Friday deals, all of the Christmas decorations and the Black Friday stuff is still there, but the game's set in summer, so you're in you're like abandoned New York in the summer, but because it happened during Christmas, it's still Christmas themed,
right?
So it looks really surreal and really like, I don't know, it looks really weird and kind of awkward, but that kind of adds to the charm of the game.
Okay.
I think.
I'm going to reserve judgment for the Division 2 because hopefully they've kind of...
Yeah, so I think they've fixed everything. They've upped the party, so you can have 8 people in your squad.
Right.
The areas look bigger, and all the DLC, the 3 DLC episodes that they've announced so far are going to be free.
Nice. Just a big shout out to 8-Bit Elvis that joins us. Ahoy, mates. Ahoy. Thank you for joining us. How's it going?
Yeah, so
sure it's good.
Anything else in? No.
We caught up. We caught up.
Before we move on, then, and then Ubisoft brought on another actor, Elijah Wood.
Right.
To talk about Transference, that weird VR game that they teased last year.
Yeah.
They kind of didn't have much more to say about it this time.
Right.
And they didn't really show anything more. They showed a new trailer, but it was all like live action.
I'm sensing a theme here at E3. It was like there was a lot of information, but it felt like there wasn't a lot of information.
Yeah. So it was like, we've got this, but you don't know what it is yet.
Yeah. But there was only one game that did that successfully, I think.
Yeah. Well, there's only one company that did a lot of that successfully this time. But the one thing, the one new piece of information about Transference that I do like is that it's not only VR.
Right, okay.
It's VR and non-VR.
Oh, okay. So you can play it both ways. Is that why it's probably been delayed? They wanted to widen their audience, didn't they?
Maybe. And I like the concept about it. So they did talk a little bit more about the concept where you're basically going into someone's subconscious and someone's fears and basically living them out, and you can do it in VR or non-VR.
That could be pretty terrifying in VR.
I think it's going to be... It looks like it could be quite scary from what they did kind of show.
Yeah. Luke says they said they worked on the end game of the Division 2 first this time.
Yes.
So that... Hopefully they've learned from their mistakes.
Yeah, and let's just hope there's actually a game in there somewhere, a story, something to compel us to go forward other than the promise of a slightly different grey hat.
Yeah.
And apparently they've reworked the black zone, dead zone.
Yeah, the dark zone.
Dark zone.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, I never played.
That bit that was broken.
Yeah, the bit that I never played.
Yeah. And Hayley Williams says, hi, guys.
Hi. Hello. Hi, Mom. I'm on the telly. And that was Transference. So, so they had a Hobbit. Come on, talk about a game. Next, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Here we go. Who mentioned that earlier? Was it Orny?
It might have been Orny.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yeah. And so what we have, because obviously it was leaked before E3, like everything else.
Yeah, was it Target?
Oh, there was it.
No,
Target?
it was Walmart.
Walmart leaked Rage 2.
Oh yeah,
which
that was
I liked in the Bethesda conference. He was just like saying, they weren't going to announce it early, but they're friends at Walmart.
Whoops.
Yeah. So it was leaked, and it is a thing, and it's coming out this year. It's coming out in October.
Really?
Yeah. So they've gone back to the yearly cycle, but what he did say is they've been working on it for 3 years.
Oh, okay. So they've just kept it quite well hidden.
Yeah, they've just kept it. They have kept it hidden, and it's going to be more RPG-ish than the last one. So I really liked the last one. I liked Origins and where they're taking the series. They have evolved it. It's nowhere near what it started.
Yeah.
And this one's going to go even more in that direction.
Sorry, I just saw Christian's got. A lot of people saying it's in Greece. Assassin's Creed looked great to me, but then I'm a massive whore for Greek stuff. I bet you love yogurt, don't you? Look like Mass Effect. Really?
Yes.
Does it?
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
No, you
honestly,
should.
It's the one game I haven't looked at.
So it's very much like Origins, where it's over-the-shoulder perspective again. It's got the same sort of combat, the sort of Dark Souls-esque combat I'll go for.
Right, bit more tactical kind of thing.
So that was Origins. This one's built on it even more by having, you can choose your character now. You can play as a male or a female. I know you could do that in Syndicate, but you kind of flip between whichever you're playing. In this one, you choose one, and that's the character you stick with for the entire game.
Right.
So you can play as a female character. That's tempting you a bit more.
I mean, literally every game I play, I'll always select the female character if there's an option, because if I'm going to stare at a character for a very long time, I'd rather look at the rear end of a lovely lady than a big chunky bloke. That's just my personal preference.
Each to their own. For whatever your reason for playing a game is.
And 8-Bit Elvis says, I'm in if pita bread is involved. I'm sure this is a Greek reference. I'm not sure about the female's lovely bum. Was it 150 Greek soldiers going on one screen at once?
Yeah, so basically, what they showed, they did the whole gameplay demo. So so it's like I was saying, it's very much like Origins, a bit more RPG-ish, but this time you've got dialogue options too. So like Mass Effect, you can go and speak to people, and you can choose dialogue, so you can kind of pave your own story and it's one of those where your actions have consequences later on.
Well, that's good.
But the one bit of gameplay demo that they shown was you were taking part in one of like the big battles, and you're running through, and it's just massive battle all around you. There's just people fighting. It looks really, really good. And if the engine can handle that, because let's be honest, we all know what Assassin's Creed has been like in the past when they tried to put lots of people. The first one that tried that was Unity.
Yeah, so 150 Greek soldiers. Are 100 of them going to fall through the floor?
And do 100 of them have no face?
Time will tell. Yeah. Only if it's been developed by Ubisoft Montreal.
I think it is.
I think that was Unity, wasn't it? Unity was developed.
Ubisoft Montreal, yeah.
I think so.
But it's sounding exciting. Sorry.
Yeah.
UK.
Outdaft, Dreams is the game I'm most excited for, even though I'm not 100% sure it will be good. It's the most unique and impressive looking game coming. I've got to agree, it's definitely the most unique.
Yeah, that's a PlayStation 1. So they kept teasing it in between all their other...
I know, when I was watching the presentation, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And like you said Dreams, and I was like, oh, that game that they were talking about years ago... Because it's been a long time in the making.
I think they announced it last year, or was it the PlayStation experience before that?
I think it was ages before.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
I want to say that I originally saw something about Dreams when it was still on the PlayStation 3.
Wow, okay, I didn't know it went back that far. But yeah.
It looks good anyway. Yeah. Looks very interesting.
Then they had more information on Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Yeah, I really want to play this. Now, this is something that's coming for the Switch, isn't it? Mainly.
Yeah, so it's coming out on all consoles, but if you get it on the Switch, you get an exclusive Star Fox. So is a playable character, and you can get his ship and everything.
Yeah, and you build the ships. Yeah, you build a physical toy that you clip to your
controller,
Switch or controller, and then that is your ship in the game. Think Skylanders, but for sci-fi nerds like us.
Yeah, and you completely customize your ship. You can change out the weapons, and you can do it on the fly as well.
Yeah,
so when you're going along, if you need another gun, you can quickly swap it.
Like Lego, and just clip it on
in game. So it sounds very exciting, and that got a release date as well. It's just coming out October.
Get in.
Yeah, so that's really good. And I think if you're going to get any console, if you got the Switch is definitely the one to get it for, because the whole Star Fox.
Yeah, and the Switch is just awesome anyway.
Yeah.
Dreams was on the Wii at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I remember something about that. And it was the Wii, because I think I remember it being advertised with PlayStation Move. Like, you could do stuff with the PlayStation Move controllers.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think it was round about the time when that was released. So, yeah, fairly long time
Okay, so it has been going on for a while then.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. And it was ages ago when they did that live band thing. Is that for Dreams? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to assume so.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, yeah, Dreams can come true.
And lastly, from Ubisoft, I want to talk about the new Trials game coming out.
The new Trials game?
Yes, there's a new Trials game, Trials Rising.
Sweet.
And it was very weird again, because I think one of the director from the game came out on a scrambler.
As you do.
He's quite a large bloke as well, so it looked quite funny, him strapped in leathers coming down the middle of the auditorium on a bike. I was waiting for him to go wrong, and then he got up on stage and joke fell through the scenery. But yeah, so it's definitely coming, and it's the first game as well to come to Nintendo Switch.
Right.
So
that's going to be really good. So
you're going to get a Trials game on the Switch.
Oh, can you imagine if on the Switch version you can use the Joy-Con and you can tilt it
Yeah, they might add that.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be difficult.
That'd be difficult.
Extremely difficult. But
cool. You can just waggle it to get over those gaps.
Yeah. So, and they've designed this one quite well as well. They went into a whole documentary on how they designed it and how they designed the tutorials to help people get through it.
Nice. Yeah, because the other ones were really difficult. Some of those stages, crazy.
Yeah, I haven't finished. I don't think I've ever finished one to the end, because I get stuck on the last 2 tracks.
Yeah. Orny says, what about The Crew 2? Well, that wasn't mentioned at E3, was it?
Yes, it was. It was mentioned during the Ubisoft one, yes.
All right. Have you not got that down on your list?
I haven't got that on my list.
Ah, well, The Crew 2, it's the same as the first, but with planes and bikes and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much, and boats. But no, it does actually look a lot better.
It does, yeah.
The beta goes live next week, and it's free to download at the moment for PlayStation, Xbox, maybe PC, I'm not entirely sure.
Nice.
But I've downloaded the beta on the Xbox, so it's ready to play as soon as it goes live, so maybe we could live stream it or talk about it or something. Or
yeah, we'll do something.
Do something on it. But yeah, so it goes live. It's a 24 gig update though, so get downloading it now.
Yeah, Luke Scott says, are they waiting for the new motion controllers before releasing Dreams? I don't think so, because the Move controllers are still very much compatible with PlayStation VR and everything else.
Yes, they are, yeah.
So they'll use those, I assume.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, him falling over.
It was funny, yeah. They put like a little pedestal with a screen on, and he kind of walked up to it and tripped and went through it. So it was quite funny, yeah.
And guys, have you mentioned Sekiro? Yeah, we did earlier.
Right back at the start.
You missed that bit, but you'll be able to catch it later. And MBK Konzo says, hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. How's it going?
Yeah. So yeah, that was the Ubisoft presentation. So yeah, the Crew 2 is a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's happening
out in the next month or so. It's out soon.
It's very soon.
The open beta said goes live next week.
Yeah, Dreams will work with the normal controllers motion too. Yeah, because they've all got the light bars on them and everything, haven't they? Yeah, so yeah, that'll be good.
Yes.
Oh no! MBK Konzo says, my PS4 gave up on me yesterday and wouldn't turn on. Loosened the screws and it was fixed. Marvellous. Oh, okay. Well, that's one way to get around it.
Yeah, I like it when a fix is that simple.
Yeah, loosen the screws and it works.
It's literally got a screw loose now.
That actually reminds me of the time when we had light gun controllers for our PlayStation 2. And we were playing Resident Evil Dead Aim. And the slider broke on the guns, right?
At the same time.
At the same time. We took the guns apart, and then suddenly they started working again. But my gun was minus a few screws and a couple of different plastic bits. Do you remember?
You were about to
I was like, well, this works, but I don't know what these bits are for. So.
It's not a DIY job done right unless you put it back together and have some parts left over.
How about you guys in the chat? Has anyone else, apart from MBK Konzo, taken a console apart to miraculously fix it? 8-Bit Elvis, I want mine to take a dump so I can get a Pro. Ah, right, yeah. You're looking for an excuse for it to die off, are you?
Yeah, maybe accidentally knock it off the side or knock it over or put a sledgehammer through it. You know, these things can happen.
Or just drop a fairly large book on it. The new consoles are so delicate these days that, you know...
Yeah.
A small breeze would knock it over.
Just look at it funny.
Yeah, look at it funny. Don't look at it funny.
Oh, sorry.
Don't look at it funny. That's my console.
Okay. So yeah, or just get a PS4 Pro. Treat yourself. Treat yourself.
You deserve it.
Yeah,
you deserve it.
Yeah, I think so.
Buy yourself something nice.
You can get me one there while you're at it.
Yeah, and me.
Wouldn't mind a Pro.
Yeah. Oh, MBK Konzo, it's Osnock, by the way. You changed your name. Aha. Bet you're excited for Resident Evil 2 Remake. It looks beautiful. Yes. We're getting there. We're almost there, actually.
My PS4 sounds like a plane. Yeah, that is a common fault with the first batch of them. Yeah.
Especially if you had it for a while, then
the first iteration of the PlayStation 4, when they did it in the white version, that one was particularly bad
for some unknown reason.
Yeah,
whatever. The factory must have just cocked up on those, I guess.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking of wrapping it up in a towel and letting it run for a few hours. With an intensive game.
Yeah.
Christian's got the same problem with the plane sound. People saying trade them in. The gameplay of Resident Evil 2 seemed to imply it had unlimited saves, which I think I like. But it's got PT on it. Oh no, you can't get rid of it now. If your console's got PT on it, you can't get rid of that. Because you can never get it back, can you?
No, but I think if you've downloaded it and it's linked to your account, you can re-download it.
Nope.
Can you not?
No. A friend of mine, Ian Higton at Eurogamer, tried to do just that. And it did not work.
Yeah, so I've still got PT on my console.
Yeah, so don't delete it because it will go.
No, mine's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I've got PT on my old console as well. Definitely not getting rid of that bad boy unless someone wants to offer me a lot of money. Huh? No? Okay.
Don't
right, shall we move on? Get some more...
so moving on to Sony then.
Sony, here we go. Sony.
So they opened up with more music.
Yeah, they did.
In a church.
By a banjo player.
Yes, it was a 6-string banjo.
It was the composer, wasn't it?
Yeah, for The Last of Us.
I can't remember his name.
No, he's got a weird name.
He has got a weird name.
I'm sure someone in the chat can Google it.
Yeah, you get 10 points if you can name the composer of Last of Us 2.
I want to say it's Gustav.
Yeah, Gustav something.
Yeah, probably not.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah. Right, we'll catch up with the chat in a bit, but what's first on the list?
Last of Us 2.
Oh, right, okay, that's where we're going.
Yeah.
6-string banjo, Last of Us 2. Yeah, and it was very different, wasn't it? I didn't know it was set so far after the first one. Like, Ellie looks really grown up now, and
yeah. Have they said how far there is in between the two games? I don't think they have.
It can't be that far.
I mean, funnily enough, actually, today, on this day, 5 years ago, The Last of Us released on PS3.
Oh, wow. Wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That just sprang to my head.
I just kind of want to play it now.
Yeah, I want to play it as well.
But we can't, we're doing this.
Yeah. But yeah, so 5 years ago it released, and, is it going to be set 5 years in the future? Because, I mean, so what was... Ellie was 13
No, she was... I thought she was 14, wasn't she?
Okay, yeah, maybe...
It was like 14, 15.
Yeah, so that sort of age. So 5 years would make her almost 20.
Yeah,
she looks a little bit older than that, I would say. So maybe there's a 10-year gap.
Oh, I don't know, maybe, but they'll let us know.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll
the other thing I noticed, no sign of Joel yet.
No, there's still no sign of Joel. In both trailers, in all the teasers we've seen, there's no Joel.
Yeah. What are they doing? Why are they leaving it?
So we might find out close to the time, or it's just they're not going to tell us at all because it's...
It's going to get a little intense now, because I've got a prediction for y'all, and I want you to listen close to what I'm about to say, because it's a doozy. And if I'm right, this could shake the earth. Right, so Last of Us 2 trailer. You don't see Joel, okay? Ellie's much older. So, what if we're seeing the later portion of the game and we get flashbacks to what happened after they left that hospital on the last part of The Last of Us 1? And I think they're going to kill off Joel.
So you think that's...
I think he's dead. I think he died. And that's why he's not in the trailer. And I think you're going to find out why he died.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. This is massive speculation, and it's literally just my opinion. It's not based on any kind of fact or whatever, so I hope it's not a spoiler. But that's I'm calling it. If that happens, then you can say that, yeah, Brendan called that. Brendan called that before it happened. So there you go. That's my theory.
Yeah, so, I mean... There needs to be something there because Ellie is obviously on a mad one. She's out for revenge.
Yeah.
So especially from what we saw from the first teaser when she's playing the guitar with like the bloodied hand.
Yeah,
she's out to kill them all.
Yeah.
She wants to kill them all.
So
she's
why?
out for revenge.
So why?
As far
they
as
killed Joel. Yeah, that's why.
But as far as the time jumping thing, I've heard rumors that it is going to be time jumpy, but you're going to go back to Ellie's parents.
Right. So really far back. Then.
Yeah, to fight because obviously Ellie has the cure.
Yeah.
And it's going to find out like how she came to be. I mean, this is just rumor.
Sorry, I'm just catching up on the chat, and there's a lot coming in. I'm sorry if I don't get to everyone, but Last of Us is set 4 and 5 years from the first game apparently, and there's 2 timelines.
Okay, so that makes sense. So that would make sense to the Joel thing that you said.
I played The Last of Us this year. Hasn't aged at all. Best story I've ever played. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Not sure I should have saved her now. I like the amount of animations and small details. That's Naughty Dog all over, isn't it? Oh, yeah. And Joel has a Battle Royale mode. There you go. Yeah, Joel's off playing Battle Royale. You heard it here first from MOG. Joel will just be a mentor for Ellie, I bet. Yeah, I think Joel was the kind of person that he was the father figure throughout the first game and basically kind of raised Ellie, as in not raised her, but he kind of taught her everything that she knows, like combat wise.
Yeah, how to survive.
Yeah, how to survive.
And then on the flip side, Ellie taught Joel how to love again and how to like be a father figure and to how not to hate everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a pretty good relationship. I like how it kind of.
It was great. It was one of the greatest pair ups in in gaming. I think I haven't found a finer duo in gaming.
No.
Like on that kind of level, on a serious kind of level.
Yeah.
They've been close, but that's been a very special bond, I think. Yeah. Very good.
Definitely.
But yeah, so, and I think, I really think my Joel theory's got legs,
Yeah, I think Joel's
What would be the one thing that makes Ellie that angry?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Joel being taken. Because he might not even be killed. He might just might have been abducted or taken. But I think, I mean, if he is killed off and that's the drive for the story, I think he's still going to appear as part of Ellie's subconscious.
Right.
Because you do see a silhouette in the first trailer when she's playing the guitar.
Yep.
She looks to the door and there's a silhouette of a guy that looks like Joel. We can't say for certain.
No.
But is he there? Is he not? Is it subconscious?
I don't know. But wasn't the voice actor was there, wasn't he? Troy Baker.
Yeah, Troy Baker's still a part of it. He's still...
So Joel's in it.
Yeah.
But to what degree?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
the ghost of Joel.
I mean, I know they've said Ellie is going to be the main playable character, but are they trolling us? Is all the gameplay that we've seen just in one small part of the game, and is Joel going to still be the main protagonist or a new character entirely?
Don't know. The floor's open, but we shall find out.
Yeah, but to pick up on your point. That it looked so seamless.
Yeah.
Like when Ellie was running, grabbed the bottle as she was running and threw it, and then grabbed that character to use it as a shield.
It didn't look like gameplay to me. It looked so fluid that it was just like, this is a movie. I'm watching a movie, but it was definitely gameplay, and it was like mind blowing. They've really worked hard on that. Outdaff says, I think she will find out what he didn't and ostracized him.
Yeah. Maybe.
Right, okay, yeah. I reckon she knows what he did and hates and loves him. He's dead, and she blames
the Fireflies.
The Fireflies, but secretly knows she's wasted her life killing when she could have saved everyone with one sacrifice.
Yeah, maybe. That could be why she's so messed up, maybe.
Maybe. But, speculation aside, it's looking exciting.
Yeah.
And, swear to God, if my Joel theory comes out, I'm going to be hunted by some people at Naughty Dog.
I would think so. Then they moved on to Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, which is what I thought was going to be Onimusha, but it isn't, is it?
No. Who did it again? The name's just gone again. Sucker Punch.
There we go, yeah, the people that make...
Another name that's gone Infamous,
yeah. Info Mouse.
Yeah. And so it's... I mean, it looked really cool. I mean, it looked beautiful.
It did look beautiful.
And it's set during the Mongol invasion.
Yep.
And the sword fight. It's kind of like the sword play makes it look like it's a fighting game, like a fighting arena game.
It looks really, really tight, and the fighting mechanics kind of... It looked like a cross between, I want to say, Arkham, the Arkham Asylum game, and... like Assassin's Creed, almost, like where you could kind of like predict moves and block, and you get like, but it's all the subtle animations in between that kind of just make that look so flawless.
The way that they move the sword to like where they're going, and it looked very natural.
Yeah, and that combined with those backgrounds.
The red leaves and just the stunning scenery.
Stunning. If you haven't seen the trailer for it, definitely watch that because
it's looking really nice. Good. But again, that started with music.
Yeah, it did. Guy playing flute.
Yeah.
You know, I pointed out as well, I'm like, you got this beautiful scenery, like all this traditional flute playing, and the guy was definitely not from
Chinese.
That. No, he was not from that area at all. It was just random. He was very good at playing the flute.
Yeah.
For sure. But
might have been Rob Burgundy.
Yeah. I thought he was going to break out into jazz flute any minute. Start hopping across the table. It's like... no, sadly that didn't happen.
No, it didn't, no. And then they went on to Death Stranding.
Right.
So we're going to catch up with the chat before we move on?
We should. Yeah, let's... Death Stranding just looks like nuts. Okay, yeah. Just to clarify, have we all beat The Last of Us 2? 1. Well, yeah, I think most of us have.
I'm pretty sure we have. If we haven't...
No spoilers from our end, anyway.
Well, we've said the ending of the game. During the stream, multiple times. Yes.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
We forgot to mention the hot air balloon that appears.
Yeah, eating some hummus. Cool story, bro. Sort of like For Honor. Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah,
I guess.
But with a good game around it.
There have been samurai games coming out. Oh, there are 3 samurai games coming out now. I hate to say it, but experience tells me one will flop hard for no reason but overkill. Which one?
Well, so what we've got
Sekiro.
Sekiro, which is from Software, which, let's be honest, is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Ghost of Tsushima, which is Sucker Punch again, that might be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then Neo 2, which I think is going to be the flop, because I don't think the first one did very well.
I think we all know which one's going to flop.
Yeah.
Neo 2.
Yeah. So Neo 2's on my list, we may as well talk about it now. But,
is it?
Yeah.
Wait, what we were talking about before?
Death Stranding.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Death Stranding.
Yeah, people want to know about that.
Death Stranding. I want to know about it as well.
I know, we all want to know about that.
They showed a lot more gameplay this time.
Tons of it.
And it looks amazing.
Yeah.
But really I am still just as confused as what's going on. I mean, why? So it looks like there's multiple different characters you play as.
Yeah.
And they all have lots of boxes on their back.
See, what I got from that whole presentation was that a lot of it was gameplay, and it seemed to be that these guys are kind of delivery kind of people. They're taking supplies to and through a hostile environment. Yeah. That is a very strange place. Is it set in space?
They haven't said. It looks like Earth. No, it's Earth. It is
Earth.
Something's come to Earth, and I understand as well. It's something about being through 2 different dimensions.
Yeah, Thrift. You've basically touched on what I was kind of thinking. It's a walking sim.
That's what they've shown so far. Whether that's what the whole game's going to be, or they're just showing it off, or they're just basically they've got trailers show all the best bits, and it kind of gives away a lot of the game. They've taken all the mundane bits out and shown us that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I saw something I think it was fake news, but
fake news.
Yeah, there was a fake news. There was an article that popped up that said Hideo Kojima was going to do a 2-hour-long cutscene in it.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past him either.
The whole thing could be a cutscene.
Yeah, maybe
you just walk between cutscenes, because all the things we've seen before that look like cutscenes, he said they're gameplay. So if that's gameplay, there's not a lot of playing going on in there.
I don't know what is anything anymore. When it comes to Death Stranding, baby in a jar. No idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is that there? What's that to do with?
And a weird invisible monster that when it puts its foot down, there's black tar, and then it speed ages people to kill them, and the flashing light shows where they are.
Yeah, that little thing that on the backpack.
Yeah.
Now, all that aside, Norman Reedus' character looks amazing.
Looks like Norman Reedus. Yeah, and it's very good.
The clothing. I've got to say, the costumes are super well designed.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a really nerdy thing to point out, but just if you didn't pay much attention to the clothing, when you were watching the trailers, check it out again, because man, it's stunning.
Yeah.
Really stunning. Yeah. Not much is known about it.
No.
I guess what we can gather from what it is it's some sort of story-driven walking sim delivery game with stealth elements.
With survival horror?
Should we go as far as to say that?
Yeah.
Are there weapons in the game?
They haven't shown anything yet.
Right. Okay. Well.
Well, they kind of have. They had handguns in the other trailer.
Okay, so
but they seem pretty ineffective.
Okay, let's catch up on the chat. I reckon the baby is your extra life when you die. You age as the baby. Whoa! They said the weird shadow monster speeds up time.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
So you were actually carrying around a clone of yourself?
I have heard that before. Yeah.
That's wicked. If that's true, that's awesome. I think they are all you, Sam, just different customizations of the main character.
Okay.
Okay.
That could be interesting then.
I like the long cutscenes in Metal Gear, though not so much the black and white old footage ones. No, I've got to agree with that.
Yeah.
The trailer was more atmospheric than gameplay, though. You will be journeying around. Yeah.
Yeah.
When it showed the woman at the end of the trailer, I was like, who the heck is that? Yeah, she is an actress, isn't she?
She was in the latest James Bond.
Yeah, there you go. That one.
That's all I know.
Silent Hill with another name. Oh, I think it's a bit more than Silent Hill. It's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah.
We had one rifle at one point.
Yeah.
Right.
So there is weapons in the game.
There is.
Whether you
weapons
can use
confirmed.
them against the enemies, and whether there is more enemies than just this invisible.
Yeah, we don't know. We
yeah.
don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea with Death Stranding.
No.
Then Neo 2. The kind of a sequel that no one knew or expected or asked for, maybe.
I mean, to be fair, Neo does have a lot of fans.
It does.
And I played through most of it. I got stuck on one point, though. I'm not kidding you.
I got stuck on a point.
You get stuck on that game, and you're there for a long time. But there are people that just beast it now. Just like Dark Souls, there's just people that are just pro at it and just can run through it in half an hour. But I tried my best with Neo, and I did like it, but it just made me want to play Dark Souls or more.
Yeah.
So
Dark Souls or Bloodborne, and on that note, no Bloodborne 2.
Yeah, you're disappointed.
I really thought there was going to be a Bloodborne 2. So basically, what they teased before was that Sekiro.
Yeah.
Is what they teased. It wasn't Bloodborne 2, which everyone was hoping for.
But still looks cool.
Yeah, definitely. And PlayStation have their experience in December, so we might get more games then.
And to be fair, I think it's good that they didn't do Bloodborne 2 right away. We've got another new IP.
Yeah, Sekiro.
I think it's better to have a new IP than a sequel. I think everyone would agree with that. Like, rather than just having... I mean, I'm bored to tears of Forza. Like, come on, man. Just make a different racing game. Does it have to be Forza all the time?
The new one is set in England, though.
Okay.
And going back to Microsoft and Forza then, the one big thing that they've added to this one is weather and seasonal changes.
Yeah, I saw
that. A lot of games have done that this year. So I've heard people saying that the theme of this year's E3 was weather.
Yeah. Weather, music, seasons.
Yeah, every game is putting weather in. With it.
Yeah, so there you go. We've got some weather coming.
Yes.
Yeah, Fallout 76. Yeah, we did speak about that. Neo was a long game. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was really freaking long. I was hoping for Final Fantasy VII Remake showing. No, because they cancelled the whole thing and started again pretty much.
Yeah,
so we're not gonna see that for ages.
It's not gonna be out for a long time, I don't think. Maybe even next gen.
Yeah, Christian says it's time for From Software to do something different.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not necessarily different because it's likely still their trademark combat systems in a different world, but I stick to what you're good at.
Yeah, and it definitely looks like next level. They've gone from Dark Souls to Bloodborne to this Sekiro, and it just looks really, really good.
Yeah, so I like the fact that they're creating new franchises, and who knows, it could be even bigger than all the others.
Yeah.
You never know. Unless it was a modern-day London Dark Souls. Ooh, that would be interesting. Modern
day
London Dark Souls. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty interesting. No Borderlands either as well.
No,
we didn't get a Borderlands 3.
So, I thought Borderlands 3 would be there for sure.
I just thought it was going to be. Okay, so, I mean, I've only watched and we're only talking about the big conferences. I know during the show there's been smaller conferences and there's just been trailers dropping just out of the blue.
Yeah.
So there's probably a lot of stuff which has been announced that we're not going to talk about today that I haven't even seen yet. So I do need to go back and kind of look through everything.
Again, yeah, we need to go and troll through it all again.
So there's probably more announcements to get excited about which weren't like included in the big conferences. So there still could be more stuff out there. And then Spider-Man as well. We got more information and more gameplay on Spider-Man. It looks just as good as what it did the first time.
It really does. I mean, like, I know a lot of people are saying, like, it's pretty much Arkham. Like the combat system is pretty much that fighting system.
Yeah, and the exploration.
It's not a bad thing.
No,
it's not a bad thing. I mean, the game looks phenomenal, and the cutscenes and how it all integrates in like an Uncharted cinematic style.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be fabulous.
And all the classic villains are there. So just like the Batman Arkham games, all the villains are going to be there, and there's going to be lots to do.
Yeah, it looks like if you're a Spider-Man fan, this is the Spider-Man game you've really been waiting for your entire life.
Yeah, because it does look really good. Yeah. And then I have to move on to then Sony, the big one.
Wait, before we do, let's catch up on the chat.
Yeah.
Gamescom will most likely showcase some more games. Yes, you're right, in August. And I was holding out for an old-school Resident Evil 2 remake with fixed cameras and tank controls, but after seeing the trailer for Resi 2, I'm on board with Over the Shoulder. Okay, we're about to get to that as well. Have you seen the Resident Evil 2? Okay, right, let's just get to it, Jay.
So next, Brendan.
Resident Evil 2 is finally announced!
Yes. Well, the one thing, I can't get my head around that everyone's been talking about...
Sway with me!
That it's, I'm not swaying. That... It's finally been revealed. It's revealed. It's a new reveal. It's like it wasn't. They revealed it 3 years ago.
Yeah. We knew about it 3 years ago, but no one saw it.
No.
Since, and unless you're people that completely stick to gaming news like hawks, like we do every day, I think it's a breakfast routine to flick through the gaming news of the day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're only going to have stayed on top of it if you're really waiting for it. And we have, and it's here, and oh man, did they make a great showing.
Oh yeah. It looks incredible. It really does. And from Thrift Bites, what you said about you were hoping for the tank controls and fixed cameras.
Yep.
So were we.
Yeah.
But seeing that, It just looks great.
Yeah, seeing that, I instantly just thought,
this works.
Yeah, this works. I don't need fixed cameras and stuff.
I mean, they've combined Resi 2 for obviously the story settings and everything else.
Yep.
Resi 4 for how it looks like it's going to play, and Resi 7 for the graphics, and because it's using the same RE engine as Resident Evil 7, and the way that the items handle and the inventory. So I mean, the game is still 7 months out, so things could change still.
Only slightly, though, I think.
But so the inventory system is very similar to Resi 7 as well. But it looks really good.
It looks phenomenal, and like I am fixed camera tank controls. Just that is my jam, Holmes. You know, like that's what I want. But Resident Evil 2, as it was, is a product of its time, and it'll always be there. I can always play. Everyone can always play the fixed camera Resident Evil 2 game, and there are some fans out there that are still making fixed camera horror games, and there's one coming out quite soon from our friends over at Residents of Evil.
Oh yeah,
they're tracking and making a new Resident Evil experience. So check that out if you want fixed camera. They got your ass covered.
Yep.
But yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake. Man, I was so shocked. I mean, I totally understand why they've gone with the over the shoulder now, but they wanted to iterate. Like, quite strongly, that this is not going to be a run and gun like Resident Evil 5
it's not an action game.
No, it's very much survival horror. They wanted to instill the fear in you again of the zombie, and they are confirmed. They are the T-virus zombies that we know and love.
They are El Clasico, and they look terrifying. They look really good,
and apparently 2 bites and you're done.
Yeah.
That's it. They're really strong this time.
Yeah, and they take a few bullets to put down.
Yep.
There will not be enough bullets to take out all of them, so you need to pick and choose your targets and run where possible.
Yep.
And the one thing that I did find interesting about it was they've added new elements to it. Yeah. So you can pick up boards and you can decide to board up windows and doors.
And it's kind of like what they tried to do with the original. It's still sticking with the original, because in Resident Evil 2 there's a part when you can pick up the wires.
Yes, and close the shutters.
And you can close shutters in either the liquor corridor, as I call it, or the corridor to the basement. So it was kind of a choice there, but now there's just even more of that. So there's more choices, more decisions of where you can place those boards, and bit more tactical, and so I like that element of it. Love the fact that yes, you can play not only as Leon, but you've also got Claire's full campaign as well.
Yeah,
they didn't show any of that.
Nope, but they've definitely said it's there.
But it's there, so you can play the game through twice as both characters, which is just. I was worried about that. You know, I was thinking they were going to just kind of combine them as one experience, but no, they're
both definitely
definitely there and separate.
And very much like they did with the first remake, they have built upon the original game. So it's not exactly like as you remember. There is new rooms,
bathrooms.
Yeah, they've added the bathrooms on it. Yeah, during the gameplay demo, they were like
the original PlayStation version. There was no bathrooms in the police station, so now there are bathrooms.
Yeah, there's definitely bathrooms there. And like the whole entrance, like the reception has been completely redesigned, and it looks like the puzzle's different.
Yeah, I mean I think that's the key phrase here. It's familiar. It's so familiar and so close. It's like you're remembering the game as your brain wanted to see it. So
it's a reimagining of Resident Evil 2. It's still it's Resident Evil 2 but done different.
Yeah, and it looks just phenomenal. I can't say any more about how excited I am to play that. And it's coming in January 25th.
Yeah. And
it just looks so incredible. I've just noticed a comment that we should catch up with the comment. Wanted fixed camera, but fell in love straight away when I saw this. It does look super scary. Yes, it looks very scary.
Yeah, the whole torch thing, and the lighting.
Bren will not throw that key away. That's a reference.
He will keep that key. Can anyone tell us in the chat what key it was he kept?
Oh man, not even I can remember that. But yeah, that was a reference from our Resi playthrough.
Yeah, wow, Resi 2, the first Resi 2 playthrough that we did, wasn't it?
Good memory. Yeah. Can't wait to see Ada again. Yes, she was teased in the trailer.
Tease her, yeah.
You saw her silhouette. Mr. X new look. Yes, he's now sporting a fedora.
Yeah, he did have a new look.
Leon Claire B. Boom. Yes. The boss that chases you is back too. Yeah, the
Mr. X.
Mr. X. Why does Claire look different in every game? That's what I wanted to touch upon. Yes, she does look different.
Yeah, because I mean, I almost in the trailer didn't recognise her.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's...
Is that... Well, but to be fair, even Leon looks really different.
He looks super different, but it looks like, I mean, obviously, back in the day, Soft Image Works, you know, it wasn't the best at creating humanoid things, was it? It was close approximations of people, I think we could say. But yeah, no, Leon definitely looks like a younger Leon, like the Resident Evil 4 model, but de-aged.
Yeah,
so he's like a very young Leon, which of course he is when he joins the Force. What was he? He's 19, isn't he?
He was very young.
Yeah. I think Code Veronica did fixed camera really well. Well, that's a false memory because it wasn't fixed camera.
Fixed camera, no.
It wasn't fixed camera or pre-rendered backgrounds. It was a 3D camera
with 3D environments.
Yeah, there were portions of fixed camera-ness.
Yeah,
like there was parts where it was fixed, I guess.
But
so
in a lot of the places, the camera followed you or scrolled with you or moved in the room.
Yeah, so it tried to do a Silent Hill thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do prefer fixed camera and pre-rendered backgrounds. I just think they look really, really good. You know, the remake and Resident Evil 0, they look phenomenal in HD as well.
Yeah.
Really pretty. What's in your cup? I don't have a cup.
You failed.
Dang it. I failed.
First time back and you haven't done what's in my cup.
I know, right? And Andy M says the biker gear has changed as well. Yeah, she's no longer sporting her jackets and pink hot pants.
No,
let's face it. I mean, those were a product of their time as well.
They were a bit 90s.
They were, and Leon's uniform really hasn't changed that much. So
no, they've made it a little bit darker.
Yeah, it's a bit darker and it's a bit more. Obviously, it's more detailed and stuff. But for the most part, it stays very much the same.
Yeah, and Marvin doesn't look like Will Smith anymore.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, Marvin totally looked like Will Smith in the original. But now he looks like a character of his own. His dialogue seems sensible.
Yeah,
it looks like he has a much bigger part.
Yeah.
Thrift just mentioned, I hope Kendo is back. Yeah, I hope Robert Kendo's back as well in the Kendo gun shop.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's going to be missing. I mean, come on. It's like one of the most iconic moments from Resident Evil 2.
I think from what I gathered from, because they did the gameplay demo with the developers afterwards, didn't they? And they said that all of the characters from the original are in there, but you interact with them more.
Right, yeah.
So some characters which you only glimpsed or only had a quick conversation with, you interact with them all. And I think Marvin's a good example of that.
He's heavily in the first part of the game, isn't he?
In the game, in the original, you kind of walk in, he just kicks you out, and then later on he turns purple.
Yeah.
But in this one, he comes with you into the foyer and he's reading through the books about the this other cop that you find.
Yeah.
It gets ripped in half, and it just. Yeah, it looks graphic. Doesn't
it really looks graphic. They turned up the gore on this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely going to be an 18 rated thing, I'm sure. Orny says, "Where's Nikita?" She's about. She might come and say hello. She probably won't. Imagine a Resident Evil 4 remake. Well, I don't think they need to remake it, especially with the HD version that came out.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. Have they changed Leon's gun? Yeah, probably. It looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
Hunk and Tofu, there was a voice clip. You heard Hunk over the radio.
Okay.
There was a voice clip of him. So
I think the Hunk would be pretty cool, but I would love to see Tofu in there.
Yeah, Tofu would be amazing. You know what? As a massive Resident Evil 2 fan that I am, I've never unlocked Tofu.
Really?
Yeah. I've never done it.
Maybe you've got till January to do it. That's what I say.
Yeah, maybe I should try that. Maybe I should start live streaming Resident Evil 2 until I unlock Tofu.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep playing it, and every time you do, turn the camera on.
Yeah. Would you guys be interested in me speedrunning Resi 2? My record, my personal best is 1 hour 34 minutes.
Not bad.
That's my personal best. So I could try and get that down. I don't play it often enough, really. To really be competitive in it. I think the world record is 1 hour 10, which is just insane. That guy is he just didn't make any mistakes at all.
No.
Any mistakes. But yeah, I'd be happy to... If enough people wanted to watch me play Resident Evil 2 over and over, then I'd do that. Kita is hot. She damn well is. That's right. They should do Code Veronica on the RE engine. Man, that's a good idea. They should do everything on the RE engine.
Yeah, just start from the start. Just do them all in the RE.
Yeah, just do them all again.
Yeah.
Just put them all out again.
And then do a nice big collection at the end of it, and we'll buy it.
There isn't an end. There isn't an end.
Well, no, they're working on Resident Evil 8 at the moment.
Yeah. Even Nikita wants a speedrun of Resident Evil 2. So yeah, you know what? I've just realised we haven't done the speedrun of Resident Evil 2 yet. We did the first one.
We did the first one, and we keep promising the second one.
But we haven't done it yet.
The first one, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
And I think we should rerun the first one too. I feel a lot more confident with it.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, because when we did it, you made a mistake, didn't you?
I made several mistakes.
Yeah.
My time was over 2 hours, and I've done it in an hour and a half.
Yeah, so our speedrun times are pretty much identical. So maybe we should do the back-to-back that we were talking about.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Yeah, so Resident Evil 1 followed by Resident Evil 2 speedrun. See if we can get it done in 3 hours.
Oh.
We'll
give it a go.
We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Yeah, Resi 1 and 2 back-to-back, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. Just in the other room. Side-by-side race. Wow, that would be a really good idea.
Could we do that?
I guess so.
It would be confusing on the stream.
It would be confusing because it's not really a race, is it? Because they're two separate games. That would be interesting to try at least once.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know how to capture that.
No, but
that requires some extra equipment.
Yeah, it'd be fun finding out. I think that could be pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Resident Evil 2, it looks incredible. Also in the trailer was teased like the bit with Brian Irons, Chief Brian Irons.
Brian Irons.
With the dead girl.
Yeah, on the desk.
Yeah. So she's there, still lying there.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we can see his crazy taxidermy office.
Yeah. I like the idea. You'll work it out. Outdef UK wants a side-by-side race.
Yeah, we'll work it out. Yeah, it's that easy.
Yeah. We'll just click a few buttons and job's good.
Plug a new cable in.
Yeah.
Done.
Find a second TV.
I think the problem we'd have is how to capture two consoles at the same time and put the one feed into one live stream. That requires extra equipment.
And that requires Google.
It does require Google.
Yeah.
But yeah, fortunately I work for a television company, so I might be able to find some bit of hardware that can do it, but I'd have to ask my boss. But yeah, so yeah. Is there anything else on Resi 2 that we can say? I mean, they showed the gameplay. It looks slick as hell.
They talked about the new mechanics, and yeah, we can see that it's using a lot of Resident Evil 7 kind of style stuff. Other than that, no, I think that's all we can say. Yeah,
and I like the way the zombies grab you now. The camera kind of comes right in, so
and spins you around. Face. And they describe that as that once you're bitten and you get out of it, you're disorientated, because that's what you would be if you were just grabbed and bitten. You would be. So so I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like it when we're playing it.
No, it's going to terrify us all over again.
Yeah.
Not going to know where anything is.
No.
It's just going to be like, you're going to get fleeting memories of what the game was like, and then they're just going to shit you up. I mean, they've even gone to say that the liquor, obviously everyone remembers the first introduction of the liquor in Resident Evil 2 in that corridor.
Yep.
They've moved him.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. It's going to appear somewhere different.
Where's it going to be?
It'd be like in the original Resident Evil when you get to that dog corridor. You know them dogs are coming through them windows. And then when you played the remake, it didn't.
Yeah.
And it was really unsettling.
It was really because you didn't know when they were coming. And just that small change just really set you on edge again. And it's like, oh, they've done it again. So yeah, this one's going to be filled with all new horrors and stuff. I really can't remember Resident Evil 2 at all. I smashed through it as Leon and never played it again. Decided I was too cool to play it again as another character. What a fool I was. Can't wait till January. Yes.
So January's going to be good.
Redeem yourself. Yourself. But yeah, so that's Resident Evil 2. I can't wait to see it. I'm sure there'll be more news and gameplay coming out for it as the year goes on. But yeah.
And hopefully they release the gameplay demo on the PSN like they did with Resident Evil 7.
They better. If you're watching Capcom, Give me that demo. Yeah. I always played RE3 on easy, where you start with the best equipment. Yeah, that was fun. Start with the machine gun.
Start with machine gun, lots of ammo, and an ammo maker.
Yeah, brilliant.
So that was Resident Evil 2,
Yep.
and that was the Sony conference. And lastly, we have Nintendo, which had a bit of a poor showing.
Yeah,
they didn't announce any of their big games. So last year they talked about a new Pokemon RPG coming to the Switch. So
which we got.
We're getting Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
That's it, isn't it?
That's not the main RPG. They're still working on it. This is just a kind of a
stopgap.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It does look good, and what we've heard about it, if you're into Pokemon, it just looks very exciting. And I'm waiting to see the stories of people throwing their Switch controllers when they're trying to catch the Pokemon
and hitting the TV.
Yeah,
but it's gonna happen.
That's not the main RPG. So it's still in the works.
So more to be announced on that then.
And Metroid 4.
Yeah. No Metroid.
Yeah.
I was gutted at that. But what they did talk about was three Japanese RPGs.
Yeah, okay.
That all looked identical. I'm sorry. I mean,
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Something or other. And another one.
Yeah, it was a Monster Hunter something for the Switch. Yeah, but yeah,
no,
I wasn't feeling any of those.
No,
at all.
It was all about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
It was 90% of that presentation was literally Smash Brothers,
which looks good. Looks just as good as any other Smash Brothers. I like the way that every single character from every other game and all the DLC is going to be in this one.
Yep.
With a couple of new characters as well.
Yeah,
and
that is good because that's a first, isn't it? Because they don't often keep the same guest characters all the time. No. So it was nice to see them say that every single character that they've ever been in a Smash game is going to be in this one.
Yeah.
So,
but I like they got the characters, the Octolings, whatever they call them from Splatoon. I like that they're in there with the paint, and you can shoot the paint all over the stage and shoot the enemies. And the more paint's on the enemy, the more damage they take. It does sound really cool, and it's going to be chaotic. But again, so 90% of their presentation was Super Smash Bros. And 90% of the Super Smash Bros. Presentation was about Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley.
Yeah, so obviously the main enemy in the Metroid series. But I've seen a lot of people complaining, saying that the Nintendo conference wasn't for you if you don't know the Metroid story, if you don't know who Ridley is.
Yeah, well, not at all. I mean, I know who he is.
Yeah.
But I don't imagine many other people would know, unless you're obviously a Super Metroid fan.
Big into Super Metroid. But the whole presentation was about Ridley.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to Smash Brothers. I was looking forward to Metroid 4 and Yoshi more. I want to hear more about the new Yoshi game.
Yeah. So there's loads of games they didn't talk about.
And also, there was no mention of Labo.
No.
I know that's like, they kind of done that.
It's out, but it would have been nice to see this is where they're going with it. Or
a showcase.
This is what's happened with it. This is where they're going with it. Or maybe, because they released Labo Garage where people can make their own creations. It would have been nice for them to talk about that.
Yeah.
But they didn't. No, they didn't really do much.
The biggest show on earth.
Yeah.
For games.
But they did talk about the new Mario Party game that's coming.
Yes, they did.
Which does look pretty cool.
Yeah, and it looks like they've switched back to the format where you're not all playing together.
Yeah.
Like, you're not all... Because in the other ones, you're in a car, aren't you? And you're all together. But this one looks like you're all spread out on a board again.
Yeah.
And the mini-games look fun. And obviously, with the Switch, those Joy-Con controllers, like, you know... They do a hell of a lot more. Like, the motion controls on that console are just genius. They're really, really good. So can't wait to see what they do with that.
Yeah, and I like the way that they had the two screens on the table, and they were moving them around.
Them in a different configuration. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and so you can play with two separate screens, which very clever.
I was expecting a character from ARMS in Smash. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah, and they haven't. Maybe that will be a DLC character.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Well, they said there'd be new ones, so
yeah.
Mario Party No Car equals perfection. You're in Nikita's train of thought, because Nikita hated the car in Mario Party. She really didn't like that one. Grave Beetle, how's it going? You've joined right at the end. Greetings all. What do you think about how Sony is handling the Fortnite fiasco? Sorry if I've already discussed.
No, we haven't yet. That's the next part on our list. So,
okay.
So
Are we done talking about Nintendo Smash Brothers?
I think we are talking about it. I mean, everyone's heard of it enough. I don't want to carry on about it.
I mean, Nintendo waffled on about it for a good half an hour.
Yeah,
so,
I don't want it. Everyone knows everything about Super Smash Brothers.
Absolutely.
So yeah, what I do want to say, and they also announced that everyone knew that Fortnite was going to be coming to Switch because it was kind of leaked, but it was another like, oh yeah, it's out now for free, so everyone's kind of downloaded it. Yep. However, because you have the Epic account, you have games that want you to sign in with accounts. Yep. If you've played Fortnite on PS4 and linked it to your Epic account, it won't work on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
You have to set up a new account.
Much to the disappointment of everyone.
Yeah, because everyone likes to obviously use the one account because it tracks your stats. And, you can do it between Xbox, Switch and PC and mobile and all the other consoles because it's your lifetime career.
Yeah.
But because PlayStation doesn't want to play ball with anyone else, you have to make a new account to play it on Switch if you've got a linked account to PS4.
So, anything you've bought, any experience you've racked up,
won't carry on to the Switch version.
So that is a real nasty situation.
I know that Sony are being hounded for it at the moment at E3.
They're going to do something about it.
They've think got there will to. Be a fix.
I mean, at the end of the day, Fortnite and PUBG and stuff, like they're like the biggest games going at the moment. It's the latest fad.
Yeah.
And like the kids need their digital items, So if your stuff's got locked into Sony without you realizing it, that's bad. That just sucks. So I feel sorry for anyone that spent a lot of money on it and got it locked.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the biggest issue, really, is if you've bought digital items for your characters.
Yeah, you can't use it.
You can't use them.
And people, like I said, they like to keep their stats up to date. They like to track their stats, and they can't. And it's just a hassle. When you sign into a game, you don't have to then create a new account.
Yeah. I mean, like, for me, I mean, stats don't really bother me that much, but it would bother me if I'd bought stuff for my character that I couldn't take over.
Yeah.
So I mean, stats I could live with because, I could rack up kills again, build stats again, but paying for digital items and then having them taken off you, essentially.
Yeah, not work for one of the games that you've downloaded.
Yeah, so I hope they sort that out. And to be fair, that's across the board. I hope they sort out some sort of ownership kind of thing with digital items, because you pay money for them, you should own them.
Yeah,
in my opinion, unless you're paying money to literally loan it indefinitely, which is kind of a bullshit thing to do.
Yeah.
So, and that wouldn't fly on a house, would it?
No.
So why does it fly on anything else that you buy online? So I hope they fix that, and I hope everyone that has had their account buggered up by Sony for Fortnite gets the justice they so deserve, because I don't like Fortnite, but I'll fight for your rights. And all that jazz. But yeah, have we come to the end of this discussion?
I think we've come to the end of E3.
It's been a super long one.
I've done so much talking.
I know, my throat's getting a little bit.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us and talking to us about E3 and sharing with us your stories and your favourite games and all that kind of stuff. It's been a blast.
Yeah. So very quickly, I know what the answer's going to be, but for everyone else at home, Bren, what was your highlight of E3 this year?
Resident Evil 2.
Surprise.
Yeah. And Jay?
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
It's got. I mean, there's a lot of them I'm excited about, but I kind of knew it all already. But
can I guess your second favourite?
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yes. I'm so happy we have a release date for that now, January.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a lot coming out. So the end of January is Kingdom Hearts 3 and Resident Evil 2.
Yep.
And then 4 weeks later, you've got
Days Gone.
Days Gone and Anthem releasing on the same day.
The same day?
Yeah, the 22nd of Feb. It's the start of next year is already looking very expensive.
Yeah. But
and
anyway,
even October, November this year.
Yes, yeah, it's all coming. There's lots to look forward to, but right now we've got to say goodnight. But thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had a great time. Definitely check out the channel for Resident Evil 2 live streams. They're going to happen. We're going to do some speed runs of Resi 1 and 2. We're going to try and bring that to you. Finally, we're going to do it.
And maybe a side-by-side then.
If maybe a race if we can figure it out. Yeah. But check out that stuff. And so thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Ta-da.
Ta-da.